I'm more convinced than I've ever been about the 1990s fiancé along with Suwan. David Toborowsky are not going to return to the United States. Why is Thailand their true home at this point? I have reason to suspect that David Toborowsky and Suwan, co-stars of the television show 90 Day Fiancé, are now having a wonderful time in Thailand, which leads me to believe that they might not return to the United States. Since the beginning of their adventure, I have been a witness to their development and achievements, and I have followed their voyage. They married the knot in the 5th season of 90 Day Fiancé, which took place in November of 2017, marking a significant milestone in the relationship between David and Annie. The couple subsequently purchased a new home in Arizona after having been in Kentucky for a period of time previously. The relocation of David and Annie to Fountain Hills, Arizona, in the year 2020 signaled the beginning of yet another significant chapter in their lives. Late in the year 2023, David and Annie began to contemplate the possibility of having a child together. They were keen to start a family despite the fact that there was a huge age gap between them, which was 24 years. In the year 2024, they astonished the fans of 90 Day Fiancé by revealing that they had discovered a solution to the fertility problems that they had been experiencing. They confessed that in order to create their kid, they had decided to go through with in vitro fertilization, IVF therapy and sperm extraction. The news that David and Annie were expecting their first child was shared with the world in July of 2024. For the purpose of obtaining dual citizenship in Thailand and the United States, they relocated to Thailand for their daughter. Late in the year 2024, David and Annie made the move to Thailand. In addition to spending time with Annie's relatives, they resided in close proximity to the beach. Through the platform known as 90 Day Fiancé, David and Annie made the announcement that their daughter Minthira had been born on March 11. They expressed their sentiments for their kid in a post that they shared on the same day, specifically about their baby. With hearts full of love and joy, we are thrilled to announce the arrival of our beautiful baby girl, they said, explaining that they had named her after the Indian word, brave gem, which is a symbol of strength. After years of working hard, I was overjoyed to witness the two of them finally become parents. Since the birth of their child, David and Annie have provided a number of updates to their followers. There was an announcement made by the couple in April that their child will be a citizen of both the United States of America and Thailand. They shared a picture of their infant with the flag of the United States of America. David stated in his letter, "Today she became a citizen of the United States," and he also mentioned that his daughter would be receiving her passport within the next several weeks. He continued by saying, "She is now a dual citizen of the United States of America and Thailand." I was relieved to learn that he and Annie had accomplished the goal that they had set out to accomplish by moving to Thailand. Despite the fact that it has been about a month after David and Annie became parents to their daughter Minthira and obtained dual citizenship for her, they are still living in Thailand. It seems to me that they are not yet ready to go back to the United States by any means. There are some signs that there is a possibility that they will not return to their home in Arizona in the near future. While David was in the United States to clean out their home, he wrote an update on his social media account before the end of April. In the message, he reflected on past experiences and mentioned that he had discovered a hoodie that had been given to him by the singer Aaron Carter during the pandemic. The fact that David posted a message in which he said he was cleaning out the house piqued the interest of his followers, including myself, who were wondering if he was preparing his Arizona residence for sale. On the other hand, he disclosed to his followers that he would not be selling his primary residence. Despite the fact that David made a statement, I continue to believe that the fact that he was cleaning out his house is strong evidence that he may be contemplating renting out his property. I believe that he is interested in generating passive income from his home in Arizona, and this is further evidence that he and Annie intend to remain in Thailand for the foreseeable future. Given the fact that David and Annie are unsure of what their future holds in the United States, I believe that it is quite unlikely that they would go back to Arizona in the near future. A few days ago, David reacted to a few of his followers on Instagram and gave new information regarding the intentions he has with regard to his current life. One of David's admirers asked him if he and Annie would ever return to Arizona and establish a new home there. In his response, David indicated that he was uncertain, which was a clear indication that he did not intend to go back to Arizona at this time. In spite of the fact that he did not reveal his intentions, he did clarify that he will not be returning to Arizona in the near future. The statement made by David is, in my opinion, compelling evidence that he and Annie will not be returning to Arizona for a considerable amount of time. Due to the fact that they are able to maintain a secure and pleasant living condition in Thailand, it is quite likely that they will refrain from making any significant adjustments until their daughter is older. In addition, I believe that the fact that Thailand is more reasonably priced than Arizona is a big factor in their decision to not stay in a foreign country. It is likely that they will have an easier time providing for their young daughter in Thailand than it would have been in the United States. There is a lack of support in Arizona, which I believe is one of the primary reasons why David would not want to relocate back there. There is a family in the United States that David, who is in his late 50s, has, but he does not have any individuals living in close proximity to him who can assist him in taking care of his daughter and wife. On the other hand, he has a large number of close relatives and members of Annie's family who are willing to help him and his newborn baby. Over the course of the previous few weeks, David and Annie have been sending photographs of their newborn child to members of their immediate family who live in Thailand. In order to demonstrate how her mother had been a significant contributor to the upbringing of her daughter, Annie shared a picture of her mother holding Minthira. In light of the fact that Annie's family is providing him with support, David has confessed that he is interested in continuing to reside in Thailand. A fan recently asked David, "Why are you moving to Thailand?" And I recently witnessed David's response to the question. The response that David gave was, "Her family is there," which demonstrated that Annie's family is a significant component in his decision to remain in Thailand for the time being. It is going to be fascinating to observe the circumstances surrounding David and Annie's return to the United States. I seem to recall seeing a post in which Annie made a promise to her buddy Akini Obala, who is a recurring character in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, that she would see her again in the year 2025.